This is Dedra. She's getting interrogated by the Krennic. Yeah, by Krennic. And just, man, imagine how terrifying it would be to be an intelligence officer and you know you have spies floating around you.
All I have been told is that Supervisor Young is dead.
Is that why I'm here?
I am not a rebel spy.
Oh, at the moment, that is the only plausible scenario. Your motivations are far less pressing than the extent of your betrayal.
I should have reported it.
And I should have pegged you as a scavenger. We'll do our best to carry on without you.
Now look at all these guys in the background. Okay. So there's a couple things that went on here. One is that Dedra is genuinely, truly loyal to the Empire. But there was intelligence leaks through her security card, her certification that went through Lonnie Young. Lonnie Young's dead. He was the spy. And so Dedra is actually innocent. She did not do a crime against the Empire. But how is she going to possibly explain that? Right? No one's going to believe her.
Well, I mean, they could look at the evidence.
The evidence is somebody has her card and was snooping around Death Star stuff where they weren't supposed to be. And so if she was a rebel spy, isn't this what she would say? She'd say, I'm not a rebel spy. And let me prove it to you. I'm going to give you some information that will advance your goals and actually hurt the rebels. But as long as you do a little bit, then that would be a worthwhile loss for the rebels. I don't know how she gets out of this situation.
Yeah. Plus, it could be, okay, people accessing classified stuff against regulations. That's also an IT problem. Maybe ISB IT is running a great CYA operation.
Yep.
And pinning it on her, and other people aren't looking into the evidence that IT and the security, they screwed up. They should not have been allowing.
Lonnie had her ID card, her certification for 2 years.
Right.
There wasn't a password rotation in that time.
Right. So sure, she may have failed and not noticed the logins, but the people, IT, security, they should have noticed. But if they don't want to get fired, sent to prison, they're going to be running a cover your ass operation on her.
They pin it on her.
And then everything she says, where she's like, I didn't do it. I'm not a rebel. It's like, oh, guilty.
Guilty. And then Krennic's like, you're a scavenger. But that's also the personality that they want for an ISB officer. Right? Imagine an ISB officer, Central Intelligence officer, not Central Intelligence. ISB is analogous to the FBI for the US.
Right.
It's an internal investigation, right? So imagine if you had an FBI officer that were like they were given the orders to investigate some murders or something, right? And the FBI officer was like, "Well, I just look at only the information easily accessible in front of me. I'm not going to dig any deeper." You'd say, "What are you doing in this department?" You're like, your goal here is to figure out the truth of whatever's going on here, expose crimes, stop crimes from happening. This is the personality we want. This is the personality that Partagaz encourages from Dedra Meero. And so to call her a scavenger, it's your entire department is scavengers. That's what you want them to be.
It's could be even worse than that, because it could be even like the Empire has onerous regulations and rules in place such that if they were followed to a T, like nobody would get anything done. Like they have to break the rules to get things done. So they're like, get results. But in order to get results, you got to break the rules. Then if you screw up, people do an assessment.
Come down on
like,
you.
You were breaking rules left and right. This is unacceptable, and they can throw you away. So it's like, basically you have to be successful every single time. Otherwise you're in breach of rules, which an investigation will find, and you'll get put away if you haven't done your political homework, which Dedra hasn't done. It could be worse than just like not being lazy. It could be like a way for ISB higher-ups to control agents. You know, if I want them gone, I can find rule breaches and get them out of there.
But at the same time, I need to push them to do rule breaches because that's what I want out of them. Like I want them to get stuff done.
I need to get them to get stuff done. So as long as they're successful and loyal to me, we're good. But if I ever need to turn that crank and get rid of them, I have plenty of rule breaches to call upon.
Can we get the last few seconds of this clip?
Yep.
Look at these guys. So they're these junior officers, and they see Dedra, fairly senior in the ISB person, And then they see Krennic, who's even higher, and he's like, this is a criminal. This is the traitor. This is someone. This is a spy in our midst. It must be terrifying. Imagine that. It's absolutely terrifying for these guys because who else? If this person who I've been working with for years is actually on the rebel side, the rebel scum this whole time, who else in our intelligence agency could be a spy? And I think this also maps onto the real world. Like imagine if the FBI or CIA in this case, if either of them, they found a mole. And then you'd wonder, like, what have I said to this person? What do they have on me? What have they told whoever their handlers are in a different country? Terrifying.
Yeah, it'd be scary, especially if you're a junior person. You're like, what is going on in this organization?
Yep,
it's terrifying. How strong are the rebels to have such a high person? Jeez.
And Lonnie, they don't know that Lonnie was a traitor. All they know is that Lonnie died. So it's like, are they assassinating us now?
That's right. Who did this? Did Dedra do that? What is going on? It'd be terrifying.
Yep.